What's going on, dudes and dudettes? I'll finally talk about this USC versus TCU game almost a week later. So, yes, they ended up losing 27-30 down there in Texas. Sanu Kynes, their freshman, had a nice game. 6 catches for a career high 163 receiving yards, which is pretty cool. Even their other freshman running back, King Miller, had 99 yards and a touchdown. So they had some good contributors there. Even Jaden Richardson, a receiver that didn't get a lot of playing time, had probably one of their catches of the year for the team. So overall, it's a pretty okay showing for the amount of guys that were missing, and especially all your top players not playing, whether it's through the transfer portal or leaving for the NFL or some other stuff that we don't know about. But yeah, a lot of crazy stuff happening for USC. So even if I'm putting this stuff up now, even if guys say landed in the portal, I think there's going to be more news throughout this week. I think they even put out another fight on emoji, so that means another commitment's coming. We just don't know when. But speaking of the transfer portal guys, yes, they got one of the top defensive backs in the portal this year from Iowa State in Jontez Williams. And yeah, he was, according to On3, their number one guy. But yeah, he's picked USC recently. And they got one of the top receivers as well from NC State, Terrell, to commit to the portal, which is nice. They got linebacker Deven Bryant, who's probably going to be more of a depth piece, so don't expect him playing this year, but a local guy, ex-Southern California guy, so not bad. Have a guy to add for depth-wise. And then they did re-sign a couple guys, too, on offensive line, Elijah Vicona and Aaron Dunn. And they also signed one of their tight ends, Carson Tabarachi, as well. There is an Arizona player in the 2027 class, an offensive tackle. He's a 4-star. He released his top 10. Jake Hildebrand and USC made that list. There are still a lot of guys they're going after, like a top wide receiver in Cam Coleman. He has a January 8th visit this week coming up. Another guy I really like to enter the portal a couple days ago, Minnesota safety Quay Parrish. I know they were in his recruitment in high school, but hopefully he ends up picking USC. Another top linebacker, Owen Long, that I fell in love with while he was playing in SoCal, but then went up to Idaho and apparently went to Colorado State and just led the country in tackles, like 150 plus tackles this last year. So he's in the portal. Hopefully they could bring him back to Cali. One of their freshmen offensive lineman, Alex Payne, entered the portal from USC. One of their tight ends, Joey Olson, entered the portal as well. There's another ex-Centennial High School linebacker who was playing down there in San Diego State, Owen Chambliss. Looks like they're in heavy talks with him. I don't know. We'll see if that ends up happening. They had a Clemson transfer defensive lineman, Stephalian Green. He was on a visit to USC coming up this week, the 8th through the 10th. And a transfer edge, Wendell Gregory from Oklahoma State. Showing interest from schools, including USC. So yeah, hopefully they end up picking up one of these other guys. But like I said, they released that fight on emoji, so I'm pretty sure I'll be on here back pretty soon with another guy to talk about.